Hello everybody, how are you doing? Are you having a fantastic day? I really hope you are. I am. Today we are gonna work on our dresser drawers. We're gonna work on the bottoms of them, making them all nice, clean, and smooth again. And also we're gonna work on fixing the gaps that are at the bottom because we have some gaps. We don't want gaps, we want it to be even. So that's what we're gonna work on today. And let me show you a little sneak peek. This is what we want. This is our end result, nice and smooth and clean. And there's no gaps. There are no gaps. Woo! If you would like to see how I did this and you wanna learn a little something, go ahead, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, give me a comment, and keep watching because I'm gonna show you how I did it. Woo! Let's go! Let's go. That was a little much, sorry. Alright, so I want to talk about a few things that you're going to need for today's lesson, tutorial, DIY, video, whatever you want to call it. We're going to need, number one, you're going to want some pliers. And let me show you which pliers I kind of used. I used, oh my god, cat hair, I have some cats. I used this diagonal cutting pliers, and I also used some long nose pliers. And I will show you why I need these later. So you're gonna need those. You're also going to need a sander, and I would recommend an electric sander for today's business. And you can get them pretty cheap. They don't have to be super expensive. So you're gonna need a sander. You are also going to need some wood glue and some clamps. Clamps, you really want clamps today, so don't forget your clamps. All right, you ready? Let's get rolling.
All right, so here's what we're kind of working with. We have to fix these gaps in the drawers and clean them up a bit. In order to do that, I need to take the bottom of these drawers out. But if you notice on the back, there's a nail kind of holding them in place. So I need to take that out so I can slide the bottoms out. To start removing these nails, I'm going to use my diagonal cutting pliers. And I am going to dig on each side of the nail just a little bit so I have enough room to grab the nail head. Once you get enough space around the nail head, grab your long nose pliers. And that's when you're going to use your pliers to grab the head of the nail and slowly twist and pull back and forth. This can take a bit of finagling, so don't worry if you can't get it right away. Just keep trying till you can get a good grip on the nail head and then twist until you can pull it out a little bit. Now that the nail is out a little, I'm going to grab my nail remover and I'm going to use the leverage and pull it out. Now that the nail is out, I am going to go ahead and slide this drawer bottom right on out. These are old drawers, so it's going to take a little bit of work to slide them out. It's not as smooth as you would like it to be, but just be careful and try and slide from both sides equally, and that'll help you not break anything or crack anything or hurt yourself. Yeah. And there she is. We got her out. Woohoo! Make sure you're labeling the bottom of your drawers so you remember what drawer bottom goes with what drawer side. I did the same process for all 4 of the drawers by removing the nails and pulling out the drawer bottoms. Now that we have all of the drawer bottoms removed, we're going to go outside and we are going to sand them down to really give them a new, fresh look again. Again, it's really important to have your drawer bottoms labeled so you know which ones they go with. So I have mine labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to start off by using my 150 grit sandpaper on my cordless sander here. Then after I do 150 all over the drawer bottom, I am going to go ahead and finish it off with a 220 grit sandpaper to really make it all smooth and nice. When you use an electric sander, you don't want to go super fast because that can cause like little divots in your wood from the sander itself. So you want to go at a nice equal pace back and forth your grain. So go along with the grain, don't go against the grain. I do use 2 clamps to secure my drawer bottom to the top of the desk because when you start sanding over it, you do not want that thing to swing around and hit you. So make sure your board is secured down. Now that I'm finished with the 150 and I got the board all cleaned up and where I want it to be, I'm going to use my 220 sanding paper grit and I'm going to go over the board and just smooth it out. I forgot to hit the record button when I did the 220 grit sanding on this board, but it's the same as doing the 150, just go back and forth with the wood grain until it's smooth. And here it is. It looks really great and it looks so much better than it did before. I wanted to go ahead and do this board with you guys with all the stains on it, so if you encounter this sometime in your own project, you'll know how to fix it and what to do. Just like before, I'm going to start with my 150 sandpaper grit, and I'm going to go back and forth with the wood grain like we did before. I'm bringing you in closer so I can really show you kind of the stained area, and we're going to really focus on that with the 150 grit to try and get that stain out as best we can just by sanding it off. The only difference with this board with the stains is that you just have to take more time and really work on those stained areas and take your time and sand them out. Otherwise, it's the same process. We went over it with the 150 grit, and now I'm going to go over it after that with the 220 grit to smooth it out. And I'm going to do that with all of the boards. Here is how that board with all the stains turned out. It looks so much better. I am so happy. It looks really good, especially compared to how it started. Now that we have the dresser bottoms done, we can go back inside and we can put it together. There is a gap at the bottom of the drawers, so I'm going to use Gorilla Glue, and I'm also going to use a clamp, and this is going to fix those gaps and those problems that we have and that we saw at the beginning of this video. This is why labeling our drawer bottoms is important, because now I know what drawer bottom goes with what side, and that's so important because you want it to fit right. I am only going to put my wood Gorilla Glue on the back edge of the drawer, and you can see that slot I was pointing to. And I'm going to use my old paintbrush and I'm going to put the Gorilla Glue in that crevice area. Now that I finished putting the glue in that ledge, I turned it back over, and now I am going to slide the correct drawer bottom right into the drawer sides again. Once I slid in the drawer bottom, I pushed down a little bit to make sure that it really got into that groove. Once the drawer bottom was in all the way, I grabbed a paper towel and I wiped off the extra glue you can see there, because you don't want that drying and that to be visible for a client or even for yourself, because it doesn't look good.
Thank you so much for watching today's little video. I hope you learned something, because I did. I always learn every time I do one of these videos, whether it's little tips and tricks or something I did wrong that I need to fix. But I hope you learned something. I hope you liked what you watched, and if you did, I make more videos like this, so you can subscribe and you'll get more videos like this of DIYing and other fun things. And go ahead, give me a comment. Tell me what's up. Tell me what you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastical day. Bye.